How about the video room, Andre? Do you and Virgil sit there and look at it together? Do you go off by yourself and study stuff? I mean, how do you do that as far as, I mean, I know you got an idea about Kovalev, you've seen him, but are you going to be looking at video leading up to the fight or anything? Have you already seen enough? What's your plan?
Yeah, I mean, we'll typically, we go through our process together, If I feel like I need to go look at something on my own, I'll do that. He watches a lot more film than I do. I mean, he's up 3, 4 in the morning watching film. As I've gotten older, I watch less film because I don't need to see 10 fights to see tendencies and to see certain things. There may be 2 fights that I need to watch, this type of style versus that type of style. And I know what I need to see, and then I may go back and watch around here, around there, but I try to leave room for my instincts, man, because I'm very instinctual, and you got to be able to think on the fly, fighting at the highest level. And I leave room for that. It's not a checklist that you got to go down because you can't get into a ring thinking like that. I just believe that who I am and what I have is enough, and that's what I'm standing on.
War with T1, my talking with T1 Visuals, would you like to fight Adonis Stevenson next?
Man, I'm not even interested in Adonis Stevenson right now. Obviously, he's not my next opponent, and you got to ask Al if he can come out and play. I don't even know if he's available to fight. I'm just keeping it real with you. They got their own thing going on, but that's not even somebody I'm interested in talking about.
Are you thinking about promoting?
At least not right now.
How about pay-per-view? Your first pay-per-view fight, you looked up to Roy. He was kind of like the king of pay-per-view. I remember just to get excited. How does it feel to have your pay-per-view fight?
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I'm excited. What better time than now at this stage of my career? I'm just excited to continue to prepare so I can go and do my part to give the fans their money's worth. Those that pay to be there and those that are paying to watch it. So that's what I'm focused on, but I'm extremely happy to be a part of my first pay-per-view.
How many more fights you think you have left in you to retire?
That's a tough one, man, but it's just, I think I'll just know. I think I'm a no. But I'll tell you this, you can quote me on this. I know you've heard it before. Will not be fighting at 40 years old.
Yeah.
Hopefully nowhere close to it.
Yeah.
So just put that down.
All right.
And if I am, which I hope I'm not, please replay this for me. That I lied to you.
Yo, Dre, Bernard announced his final fight. Can you kind of give us your thoughts on his career and him calling quits?
Man, I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him nothing but the best,
Having a fellow light heavyweight in Andr's Fonfara just joined the Virgil Hunter stable. What's that like, having that kind of camaraderie and another light heavyweight to work with?
It's good. It's good. Good fighter, top contender.
Did you guys spar?
Did a little something. It's good. Verge came from the school of where it's smart to have a good amount of fighters in the stable in the same weight class. That way you don't have to go look for sparring. I mean, that's how it used to be back in the day. You have a trainer that would train, light heavyweights, super middleweights, and middleweights, and they all get work. You don't have to go, outsourcing for work. So that's the school that he comes from. So, naturally you don't like guys around you that are even remotely, at least me, that are in my weight class. It's a thing with fighters. But he and I will never fight. So, I'm happy to have him on board, and I'm looking forward to him bouncing back and doing great things.
Do you feel comfortable at this weight? Do you feel stronger, faster?
I better. We 3 weeks out. If not, I got some problems.
After the Brand fight, you had said that you felt the Kovalev fight was a 50-50 fight. Do you still feel that way, or has that changed?
I have to feel that way. That's how I approach all my big fights. I don't go into the fight in my mind thinking, I got a clear-cut advantage here and I'm gonna run through this guy. Personally, for me, I can't roll like that. I got to keep myself honest. We just talked about the grind and the process every day. Many days you get up and don't want to be in here, and that's what keeps me going at the level that I need to go at on a day-to-day basis. Just understanding that this man is working, and everything that I feel, the passion that I feel, the hunger that I feel to get these belts and to beat him, that dude is feeling the same way, if not more. So that just keeps me on my grind and keeps my head down where I force myself to keep working. And if it's anything less than that, that's a bonus. But I truly believe that he's everything that they say he is. And, I'm everything that I've shown over the years. And I feel will even show more, in a fight like this, of this magnitude.
How do you assess Kovalev's skill set?
I think he's good. I mean, he's a champion. You know, he's a champion. I'm not going to, crown him the best fighter in the world, but he's a good fighter. You know, he's a champion, and you have to respect that. He's defended his title for many, many years, and none of those defenses were close. So, yeah.
Is there anything other than Kovalev's power that concerns you?
Anything other than his power?
Yeah.
Not winning is a big concern. Not getting my hand raised is a big concern.
Hey, we've seen the HBO special, and we've heard the story. Is anything that you would like to say about other kids that come along with the same story as you, that are trying to box or trying to play basketball or baseball, or whatever the case is?
That's really the reason I talked about a lot of that stuff, to be honest with you. I never really talked about, some of the things I came from and some of the struggles my parents had. I did that intentionally because, I didn't want my story to be, kind of burned up in a year or two. Oh, another guy from the ghetto. I've studied the sport long before I became a professional, and I knew how that kind of thing worked. And I always wanted to respect my mom and respect my dad because they were more than just addicts. They bounced back. They've done a lot of great things in life. But I know that would be the selling point, so I never wanted to talk about it. But then I started getting to a place where, I started to feel discontent, from the standpoint of like, man, kids and fans and supporters, they see me here, and they can't always relate because they think you've always been here. And, it's just important, at this point in time in my career, just to stop and say, listen, this is what I came from. This didn't define me. This really refined me and got me to the place where I am. But let me tell you about my story, and hopefully, like you said, I hope it does encourage somebody because, those are tough situations, man, and it's a miracle that I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now, coming from what I came from. So I hope it does inspire somebody, and I hope it does encourage somebody.